Plus, and then you can move over to the network at 10 o'clock is ESPN. As I said, an unbelievable night of fights, a stacked card. Tip of the cap to Bruce Trampler and Brad Goodman for putting this lineup together, featuring Jahai Tucker, Floyd Diaz, Troy Isley, Bruce Carrington joining me on the stage, and in our co-feature, the WBC Ramirez. We are sitting in this legendary arena under this iconic ceiling. Saturday night in New York City is going to be full of fireworks. Thank you, gentlemen, for getting this press conference started, and welcome to everyone tuning in on the Top Rank Twitter feed and YouTube. It is exciting to be in New York City, our second straight weekend, and what a weekend it is going to be. Bruce, we're going to start with you. First of all, welcome inside Madison Square Garden. It's pretty cool to be sitting here in the middle of this empty cathedral, the mecca of boxing. How does it feel?
Man, it feels great. Once again, to be fighting in this historical arena. Highly blessed to have back-to-back fights in my hometown as well. This is a great experience for me, and I'm ready to tackle this head on.
Yeah, Brooklyn's going to show up to support, no doubt.
Definitely.
This is, like you just said, your second fight now in the Garden. Does that motivate you? Does that inspire you even more to excel, to get better? What are we looking forward to Saturday night?
Oh, well, definitely. I mean, well, that's what you're supposed to do as a fighter anyway. It's just, get better than your last fight. But definitely coming back into fighting in my hometown and giving my folks and fans something new to see. Oh yeah, I definitely plan on doing that coming in Saturday.
Do you have any memories that you could share with us about coming to the Garden to see fights? What was your favorite memory coming to see fights at the Garden?
Oh man, I have a few. I mean, I used to always come out here in the Garden to watch the Golden Gloves. I used to always watch Daniel Jacobs and Saddam Ali, just dominating the Golden Gloves in the Hulu Theater. But also, I remember watching Cotto and Zab Judah out here, and man, that was a spectacle itself, and it was something to be in the presence of.
You've got a great group of folks in your corner.
Thank you.
And every time out in your young career, we see new additions to your skill set, different tricks being pulled out of that backpack. What can we see Saturday night possibly that we haven't seen to date?
Oh, well, to be honest, it all depends on what my opponent, brings to the table. I just adjust to whatever he does, and it's, if he's able to bring something new out of me, then that's something that you guys will see.
Listen, thank you for taking a few minutes and spending time with us. It's always exciting for Top Rank to have Brooklyn in the house, and Saturday night, we're expecting fireworks from you.
Thank you. I'm glad that you guys are having me here again.
Yes, thanks for spending time. All right, our co-feature sitting on either side of me, the vacant USBA and WBO global titles on the line, Abraham Nova, Robesi Ramirez. Robesi, I was looking over here, but we're going to start with you. Your last few fights, we've seen tremendous growth from you, tremendous growth. What do you attribute that to?
Robesi, en tus últimas peleas hemos visto un crecimiento tremendo en cuanto a tu progresión. ¿A qué se lo atribuyes?
Bueno, creo que se ha visto que, como digo siempre, depende de mi rival, la calidad de mi rival. Voy subiendo yo mi nivel, por lo tanto creo que se ha debido a que hemos ido subiendo la posición y a que hemos ido haciendo un trabajo físico y mentalmente más a nivel.
Well, I've always said that I fight to the level of my opposition. So, in the measure that I continue to fight better fighters, I continue to look better. So first and foremost, I attribute it to that. Also to my strength and conditioning, which I've also devoted a lot to. And mentally, I'm as strong as ever.
Yeah, a lot of people talking about this co-feature. Abraham, I want to talk to you. 2 fights now since moving down to featherweight. Why this fight? Why now?
I've been trying at 130 to fight for the title, but I haven't got my opportunity, and I felt like there was a lot of political things going on, so I said, let me go down 26 and let's see if I can make a run. I wanted the Navarrete fight, but the fight, I guess he didn't want the fight, so, Robesi was next in line, and I feel like a win over him puts me right there for a title shot next.
Yeah, fireworks for sure. I've been saying that word all day walking into the building. Coming into this fight, you are the underdog. The books have you as an underdog into this fight. Do you feel like you're overlooked, underestimated in this one?
100%, you know, big time. I feel like I'm very overlooked. People haven't seen the best of me. In fights, you know, I do this, I do that, I do errors, but I always fix them and come back and do better. You guys gonna see a complete supernova on Saturday night. I promise you that.
I want to come back to Robesi. He hinted at a title shot, obviously. Do you feel that this fight puts you in line, the trajectory for a title shot yourself as well?
Tu oponente acaba de decir que parte de la decisión para escoger esta pelea es que estaría en línea para disputar por un título mundial. ¿Piensas tú de la misma manera que de salir victorioso en esta pelea estarías en línea para competir por un título mundial?
Por supuesto, si decidimos tomar esta pelea fue por esa cuestión. Todos saben quién es Abraham, todo el mundo sabe el récord que tiene, por lo tanto, teniendo una victoria aquí me pone a un paso de pelear por el título. Definitivamente era el paso que queríamos y fue la pelea que estábamos buscando. Realmente no estábamos esperando a que se diera otra pelea que no fuera esta.
Of course, this is exactly what I had in mind when I chose to take this fight. Everybody knows Abraham's record. He's an undefeated fighter. A win over him would definitely place me atop the rankings of various organisms. So that is exactly why I took this fight with the World Championship opportunity in mind. And I do believe that I'm a fight away or so. And after winning this fight, I'll be at the door of the opportunity for a World Championship.
I'm going to stay with Robesi. Help me translate this one. Like you just mentioned, undefeated fighter to my left. Anything that he had to bring to camp to be prepared for a fighter like Abraham Nova?
Siguiendo la línea de que Nova, invicto y demás, algo en particular sobre su estilo que hiciera que tú hicieras algún ajuste específico en tu preparación para él.
No, creo que no hicimos ningún ajuste, simplemente hicimos un campo de entrenamiento para una pelea igual que otra. Es un rival que al final tiene dos brazos igual y va a ser el mismo boxeo, por lo tanto simplemente estar bien preparado físicamente y salir a trabajar.
No, honestly, nothing different, just a full camp, same preparation as always. It's just another opponent. At the end of the day, he has two arms, two fists, you know, the same thing. So nothing really different in my preparation other than taking it seriously as I've always taken on my opponents.
Abraham, I'm coming over to you having heard that now. What about yourself? Anything you adjusted in camp to prepare yourself a little differently for Saturday night, or is this just business as usual?
It's always business as usual, but, you know, in training camp, I did a lot of adjustments. You know, he's a lefty, I'm a righty, so I got to get lefty sparring partners. I had, different sparring partners every week to get different looks, you know, and we have a great game plan, and I'm ready to execute it Saturday night.
Last time out, you got a little splashy. There was a Nova mascot which made an appearance. Are we going to see that mascot from here on out? Like, he's coming with you at every fight, or we got anything up your sleeve planned for Saturday's walkout?
Look, the way you guys see mascots in football games and baseball games and basketball games, I'm bringing it to boxing. You guys can always see a mascot when I'm fighting because this is entertainment sport and this is what I do.
I love it. I love it. Listen, gentlemen, thank you so much for spending a few minutes. I'm going to ask you now to place your microphones on your chairs, and we are going to do a quick photo before we get to the main event. Shushu Carrington first for you guys, and then our co-feature. You want to bring them all three up? Great.
it over. Go basic. Come on, one more. Good job, guys. Thank you. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Go on, Chu. Yeah. Thank you. One more, single solo.
I have to jump in for the bad knee. He will do English.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we return to our afternoon's press conference again. This is boxing. This is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter Mr. Bob Arum. Now joining us on stage, we unify the light heavyweight division. The WBO, IBF, WBC titles on the line. Joe Smith Jr., Artur Beterbiev, here inside the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden, Saturday, June 18th, inside the Hulu Theater. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us. We are also joined by Joe DeGuarda, president of Star Boxing. Joe, thank you so much. Let's just start with you. This one's been a long time coming. How are you feeling? You've been with this gentleman for a long time now. And here we are, the Mecca of boxing, to unify the division.
Well, it's great to be here. Great to be on ESPN Live to do this. And certainly, look, Joe's been working long and hard. And it's spectacular that he can have this fight, the unification fight, here at Madison Square Garden. We're all proud to be here. We're happy to be home and doing this fight. And as you can see, we respect the championship. Joe's here with his belt, WBO Championship of the World, and we're looking to grab all of them.
Bob, welcome inside Madison Square Garden. You've wanted this fight to happen for some time now. Here we are, Saturday night. How do you feel?
Well, I feel great. First of all, this fight belongs in this city, in Madison Square Garden. This is a tremendous fight. But again, at my age, it brings me back so many decades when Top Rank promoted the leading light heavyweights in the world, like Bob Foster, Matthews, Saad Muhammad, John Conti, Eddie Gregory, Eddie Mustafa, became Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, Marvin Johnson. I mean, the light heavyweight division has given people who follow boxing great, great thrills for as long as I've been promoting fights. And now we have this fight, which will go into the annals like all the great light heavyweight fights in the past, and may even be the one that is the greatest. Joe Smith is a tremendous fighter, has a big, big heart, a lot of skills, and a lot of punching power. And what can I say about Artur Beterbiev? I mean, he really epitomizes the ferocity that light heavyweights have been known for. Tremendous, tremendous puncher, big, big heart, a guy who refuses to lose. So nothing can be better than this. And I really predict that this fight will be considered the fight of the year for 2022.
All right, no pressure there, guys. No pressure. Garden, Bob predicts fight of the year. I think a lot of people watching and with us in attendance would agree. Artur, I want to start with you. There are 3 champions in the light heavyweight division. How important is it for you to be the #1 champ in the division?
Hello, everyone. It's like, it's just important. I can say like one word. It's important, very important. Like I do everyday training for that, to be one day good boxer.
Keeping it easy, keeping it to the point. Joe, you won a world title. You beat a living legend in Hopkins. Does this fight against this opponent feel any different, or is it just another day in the office?
This is a huge opportunity. Beterbiev's a huge name in boxing. Everyone knows who he is at this point. He has 2 world titles, and I want those belts. And I believe this fight's gonna be great. We got 2 big punches, and I'm just excited to be in there with him. And like I said, he's a great name.
You both have said publicly that you don't care where you fight. You just like to get into the ring and fight. Joe, I want to start with you. This is a little different. It is the Mecca of boxing, your backyard. Does it feel a little extra special that you get the opportunity to unify here at the Garden?
Yes, it's this is a huge opportunity for me. I'm fighting at the Garden, close to home. I'm not too far from here, and all my fans are gonna be here to support me, or if not, watching at home. And I'm just glad to be here, defending my WBO and unifying 2 other belts.
Artur, same question to you. Your first time in this Mecca of boxing. Does it feel any different, or is this again just another day at the office for you?
It's very important fight for me. But for place, I think it's not different for me. I'm more focused for fight, for opponent, not for place.
I gotcha. 37 years old. Have you had to adjust anything in your training as you get a little older and climb that age ladder, which we all can't avoid? Anything different in your camp?
You talk about me? Yeah. I'm 37? Yeah?
Yeah. I hope.
Why you remind me?
Why you remind me?
No, I always ask my coach, like condition coach, boxing coach, how do you think I do less work than 2 years ago? They tell me like, no, you do better than 2 years ago. Maybe they lie me, to me, I don't know.
Mark's in the building over here. He's shaking his head. He's like, no, I'm not lying. I'm not lying, bro.
I believe this guy's in his prime right now. I don't think age has anything to do with it. I know he's here 100% ready to go.
Well, hey, both you guys are always in incredible shape all the time. I think that's a testament to why you're both carrying belts. A lot of fighters we see don't stay in shape in between fights. Joe, you always enter the ring peak shape. Anything different from this last camp?
Hey, I know I'm in here fighting one of the best, so I trained 110% as I usually normally do, but give it 110. I made this camp a little longer. I made sure things that I feel I wasn't doing my best, I improved on them, and I stayed more consistent with my training. So I feel comfortable this weekend.
Well, the last year and a half, you've had fights that have been postponed because of COVID, the pandemic. You've had last-minute replacements. This one feel a little different in that regard, where there haven't been any of those outside distractions, where it's just been you and your team, and the date, June 18th, on that calendar.
I mean, this is the smoothest camp I ever had. So hopefully the fight goes the same way.
Artur, same with you. No distractions this camp with distractions or, left turns, right turns caused by the pandemic. That seems to be behind us now. So that date, June 18th, is 2 days away. Getting to this point, any distractions in camp?
This camp, it's a very good camp, I think. So if we compare with last one, this camp is better. I want to take my team, my coach, condition coach, boxing coach, all my team, and for all my sparring partners who helped me. Yeah, we had a good camp.
Bob, you talked about this possibly being the fight of the year. It's a special night for Top Rank Boxing. Again, it's our second straight weekend here at the theater, at the Hulu Theater in Madison Square Garden. How special is this for Top Rank all these years to have the relationship you do with the team at the Garden to continue to put on these fights?
I live in the other part of the country now, but as you can tell from my accent, I'm still New York. I was born here, raised here, went to the Garden, even the old Garden, when I was a kid, a young man, when Ali fought here against Zora Foley. I was here for the first fight in the Garden with Joe Frazier. So this place means a lot to me. And to be able to put on a fight like this in Madison Square Garden really means a lot to me because of how I was raised and what I experienced starting as a young man and then as a promoter. This is it. There's nothing better than Madison Square Garden.
Joe, over to you. What's this mean for Star Boxing?
Look, I mean, he's the franchise player, and like Bob, I have a strong affinity to Madison Square Garden. I'm born and raised in the Bronx. I won the gloves here years ago, a lot of pounds ago. But it means an awful lot to Star Boxing, and we're really proud of Joe Smith. I mean, Joe developed, here in Long Island. He's the champion of the world. He's the common man, the guy people could resonate with. And on Saturday night, really, we're talking about two of the best guys in the world facing each other. And Joe has never shrunk from that. He's always asked me for the biggest and the best fights. And ultimately, that pays off dividends for Star Boxing because, we're proud of him. And one other thing I'll just add is, Bob spoke about the history of boxing, and, also, I grew up in the sport. Father was a fighter. I came from a boxing family, in the gym every day of my life. And what happens when you're in this sport so long, maybe it's hard to get up for fights. But as Bob is and I am, this is one fight that true boxing people can resonate with. True boxing people say, I want to see this fight, and fans want to see this fight. Because this truly is bombs away with two of the best fighters in the world, toughest fighters in the world, and actually, it's more than bombs away, it's nuclear. It's going to be something special.
It's funny you mention that because I think clearly this could be a pay-per-view event that people would sign up and pay for, but here we give the people the opportunity to watch it on ESPN. Bob, talk about that and this incredible partnership with this amazing network.
We in boxing have to offer fans live viewing experience to events that they don't have to pay extra for. So I am delighted that this fight is on ESPN. ESPN stepped up to the plate to make this fight happen. And in addition, we're on in Canada, where Artur comes from. It's on TSN, the English language network, and RDS, the French language network. So everybody in North America will have an opportunity to see this great fight live for no additional revenue than what they're paying for their cable and satellite.
Outstanding. Joe says nuclear. I've been saying fireworks all week. Artur, I need a 5 to 10 minute answer now from you. What can we expect Saturday night?
Anything. You know, we're both ready for this fight. I think it's gonna be a good fight. We will see. I can't do predict, you know, for future. I'm just boxer, you know.
I love it. I love it. Joe, last words before weigh-ins tomorrow.
Just like he said, we're two great fighters in there. We're both hungry. We're both well prepared for the fight. And I believe we're going to put on a great show for everybody.
Incredible. Joe, Bob, thank you very much. Artur, Joe, thank you. We're going to weigh them in tomorrow, and on Saturday night, we're going to unify the division. The WBO, IBF, and WBC titles on the line. Joe Smith Jr., Artur Beterbiev. I'm going to ask you now, gentlemen, to leave your microphones on your chairs, and we're going to give you the first face-off of the week. Thank you guys for spending time with us. Again, to all of our viewers on Twitter and YouTube, thank you so much. It goes down Saturday, June 18th inside the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden. The undercards begin at 6 p.m. Eastern. We move over to the network at 10 p.m. Eastern. Again, the WBO, IBF, WBC light heavyweight titles on the line. Joe Smith Jr., Artur Beterbiev. This is boxing. This is Top Rank. We'll see you tomorrow at the weigh-ins.
Have to come forward. Single fighter. Both fighters. Both fighters, come forward, please. Close as they can. Starting back up to the tempo. Go, straight ahead. Artur! Jones, Boxing Voice. Thank you for entertaining us. And wishing you all the luck.
he couldn't be here, so he sent the next best thing. That's true. Like, I see you looking for those shows.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? The first thing that,
Joe, why don't you do yours now? You want to come down to there? Inside, yes. Yeah.
Mikey, you wanna do the face-off?
He's coming up. No, it's all right.
No face-off.
Huh? Thanks, Tony. Joe, Steve Carino.
How you doing, brother? Steve. How's it going? Cal Artist Sports right here with the great Joe Smith Jr. Man, tell me, what was it like the face-off up there, looking the man into his eyes finally?
Hey, you just know the time is here, and I'm just ready to get out there Saturday and put on a great show.
Man, just being in this building, I'm sure you've obviously heard about this building since a kid. I don't know if you've seen fights here, but I mean, you're going to be fighting here, unifying the division, 3 out of the 4 belts. I mean, when did you start manifesting this for yourself in your career?
You know, after I got this, the next step was to unify the division. Mm-hmm. So this is the next step in unifying. You know, I'm going to unify 3 belts here, and I'm feeling great about it. I'm looking forward to getting in there and doing it this Saturday.
What do you think about some of the crazy workout techniques Beterbiev has with some of the different push-up things he does, kind of hammers and all that stuff?
I mean, they're all great workouts. You know, I like watching and trying some of them out myself. But you know, this is fight night, and you know, not yet, but Saturday's fight night, and I'm ready to go.
With both of you guys being huge power punchers, he obviously hasn't lost the fight. Won all his fights by knockout. You're a devastating puncher, gotten better and better after every loss as well. Is there any way this fight goes to the distance on Saturday?
Yeah, I believe it definitely could go the distance. We're both tough guys, and we've both been, you know, in tough situations. So I believe it could definitely go the distance.
How do you see the ending of the fight yourself, just in your mind? How's it played out in your mind?
We'll just have to see Saturday night. You know, things change while you're in there, but I plan on just staying busy and, you know, just showing a little bit of better technique, better power. I just want to show the world that I'm a top contender.
Obviously, the only belt missing that you two don't hold is Dmitry Bivol. Is that rematch something that you're going to be asking for, given a victory on Saturday?
Yeah, if I get past Beterbiev this Saturday and I hold the 3 belts, I would love to redeem myself against Bivol.
What do you think about his fight against Canelo? What do you think about that?
I thought his fight against Canelo was a great performance. He looked great, and I'd be excited to share the ring with him one more time.
Do you think Canelo should maybe rematch Bivol, and then possibly you could end up facing Canelo for Undisputed?
I don't know. I don't know if Canelo should fight Bivol again at 175. I believe Bivol was a little too much for him.
Thank you, Joe.
Joe, I know you mentioned about, you know, growing up in New York, growing up in Long Island. You ever dream of this, fight Madison Square Garden for in a fight this major, three world titles on the line?
Yeah, I believe all.
Madison Square Garden in those dreams.
One of the places.
And I know early in your career, you know, you get a couple ups and downs. Now to be here, what's that say about you and what you had to go through to get here?
Just that I'm a tough, determined guy. You know, I've come over a lot of obstacles to get here, and we're here. And I'm hoping I can pull it off and become a unified champion.
A lot of boxing fans are dubbing this fight just violence. I mean, Joe said nuclear. What do you feel, you know, you have a lot to kind of live up to on Saturday night, both you and him?
I believe this fight's going to be a tough fight. And I don't think either one of us are going to have to look for it, because we're both going to be there, you know, forcing the
pressure and making it a great fight.
One way or the other, is this fight go
One
the,
way or the other, it's going to be a great fight.
does it go in the distance one way or the other?
I mean, my sense is a little bit.
Where's the Beterbiev?
What do you want to do? I was going to head back and see what they're going to do.
What's the main? Just tag me.
Better be a.
I'm heading back right now. Let's roll. But if not, you can grab Bob afterwards.
I got Bob before.
What a fight like this comes back.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Everybody.
How you doing, bud? Bruce, how you doing, sir? Can we talk real quick?
Yeah, right after her. And then I
Oh, okay, yeah, no problem.
People know exactly who told me. That was a thrill.
Realistically.
It's going to be bodies and ready. I mean, not just both skill guys and fighters.
I'm gonna wait for Bruce, but he's waiting for
Stuff, so it's like it's so different.
You guys talk to me about something?
Yeah, about 20 minutes.
Are we knocking heads? Yeah, we're doing this. All right, come on. We gotta come over. All right.
I'm just looking straight at it. Just one minute. Hey, you talk to me.
All right.
I want to be here. Come on, man. That's his eyeball. He's not a good Ali. He's not a good Ali.
I'm not. There's only one.
There's only one.
Are you guys over at the Stewart? Okay, maybe I'll head over there. I wanted to talk to Arthur before he just bounced.
He's not a big talker.
Yeah.
More. Oh, you don't have a. Okay, that's it. How come you're not square on that anymore?
So, John Scully, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
How you
Steven.
doing?
Can I talk to you real quick just about the fight and all that? Sure. Yeah. Cal Artist Sports, we're here with Artur Beterbiev trainer, John Scully. Man, tell me.
Assistant trainer.
Assistant trainer. Sorry, I see you holding the pads, so you're getting the hard work on the hands. I see.
Yes, sir.
Man, what's talk about his power? Obviously, 17-0, 17 knockouts. I want to say, at least from my recollection, I don't know another unified light heavyweight champion who's been undefeated and had 100% knockout ratio.
Right. Yeah. I don't remember any. He well, I always tell people whenever they ask me about his power, I always tell them this. I talk to the sparring partners because I drive them to the gym and take them back, and they all just, you know, the descriptions they give me. One guy, well, I'll tell you what, Lonnie Davis, they call him Lonnie B, Lionel Thompson. He will tell you himself. He said he got hit by a car a few years ago. He said sparring with Artur was worse than getting hit by a car.
Oh, wow.
So that once I heard that, I said, okay, now I see why everybody's, you know, talking like they do.
And he also kind of, more recently, has been kind of laying off them a little bit, right? You're saying, because I remember seeing in the countdown something about like guys end up going home.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. It's a funny thing. When he was getting ready to fight Marcus Brown, we worked every day on the left hook to the body. So on the mitts, you know, I got him really cracking it. So, but in sparring, I noticed he's not really following through. So I said, Artur, man, you know, you gotta dig, man. You gotta dig like you do on the mitts. And he goes, but if I do that, everybody go home. And I go, good point. So in the fight, if you heard in the corner, that's what people ask me, well, what did you mean by that? Because I said, you know how you didn't want to send those guys home? Send this guy home, you know, because you don't have to take it easy on Marcus Brown.
Right.
And, yeah, but it was funny. He, because I wasn't thinking that, you know, I'm just thinking kill, and he's like, yeah, but everybody will go home if I do that.
Man, he's a smart guy. You gotta keep these guys around.
Right.
Man, looking at this fight on Saturday, incredible unification. Does Artur get maybe more excited when it's a guy like Joe Smith that, you know, you don't really have to look for too much?
I mean, he likes that. You know, I'll tell you a funny thing. He doesn't really know who Joe Smith is. Like, he doesn't watch boxing. The only time he's ever seen Joe Smith is when we went in the gym and we showed him a tape. Like, all right, watch this. And so he watches it, but he relies on us to do it. So he's not a boxing fan. He doesn't watch boxing at all. So he doesn't, you know, it's kind of cool because he doesn't care. Like, you're just a guy that they told him he has to fight.
Is that, you're a professional former fighter as well. Like, were you kind of like that as well?
I knew everybody. I knew all the fighters.
Right?
Yeah, I knew everybody. Yeah, no, but Artur's not a boxing fan. He doesn't. When I say he doesn't know, he doesn't know who they are. Like, if I asked him, Tank Davis, he could. If Tank Davis walked up to him, he'd go, "Hi, hello."
Right.
He doesn't know who he is. You know, it's funny.
That's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, the winner of this fight is. A lot of people are going to be calling for them to fight Dmitry Bivol.
Right.
Just firstly, what do you think of Bivol's performance against Canelo, and is that Artur's plan to become undisputed?
Yeah. I mean, you know, obviously a magnificent, you know, performance, and you know, I think it was a surprise to a lot of people. But yeah, Artur, you know, like I say, he doesn't go after people. He goes after the belt. Whoever's got the belt, that's who he wants to fight. And like I said, he doesn't. It's amusing to me. He doesn't really know who these guys are. You know, he knows Bivol because of you know, being from Russia and that type of thing. But other guys, he doesn't even know who they are.
Do they have any history in the amateurs or anything like that, Bivol and Artur?
I don't believe so. I think Bivol's a little younger, and so they came up in a different class. I never heard him say anything about it. Yeah, Usyk and Artur fought 3 times.
In the amateurs?
Yeah. Artur won once. Artur won one, and Usyk won 2. But Artur dropped him one time in one of the fights. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
being that you brought that up, I got a notification that rematch is set, Joshua versus Zusak, August 20th, I believe, in Saudi Arabia.
Well, this guy works in the corner with Zusak.
Hey, so you probably knew that already.
He could tell you more about it than I can.
Just quickly, what do you think about that fight?
I mean, I like Usyk, you know, because his similar to Fury in like. He's unorthodox. He's athletic. You know, most guys in heavyweights aren't that way. As big a punchers as they are, you know, they're not fluid and that type of thing. And I think Usyk is always going to be a problem for
It's a
him.
great fighter, great fighter.
Yeah, for sure.
John, thank you so much for your time, man. Best of luck on Saturday. Tell the fans where they can follow you or the gym or whatever
Always
you got on social media.
Facebook. I have John the Iceman Scully, and the Iceman is one word. And then I also have a second page, Iceman John Scully. And then on Twitter and Instagram, Iceman John Scully. And we do a lot of boxing talk on there every day. So I invite everyone to come check it out.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for your time, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
All right,
Appreciate
my
you.
man.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Hopefully,
Yes.
I'll try to hang out in the stew, or maybe I could try to get him on the way out or something. If you guys are doing anything, I want to try to talk to him.
What site is? I
So-
keep track of all this stuff. What site is it? Oh, you got
That's another
something?
thing. No, I
Oh,
have.
all
I
right.
do, but it's YouTube on KO Artist Sports.
YouTube.
Yeah, like KO, like Knockout Artist. KO Artist. Sports.
And what's your name?
Steven.
What's Steven?
CUREN. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be up there. That's right. Yeah. It'll be up there later on today.
Sounds good.
Yeah, man. Thank you for your time, man. Yeah, hopefully I get to talk to the guy. Yeah, the man. Yeah. Are you guys gonna be coming down for anything? Or?
I don't think we're coming back here. Not that I know of.
Right.
We'll have to wait and we'll be
Yeah.
there.
Okay. All right. Cool.
buddy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I didn't make much. I didn't during the not in real time, but we still do it.
I'm ready to go now. That's why I kind of don't. I really don't like fighting sometimes. The only fun part is talking to you guys. But honestly, it's just like I don't really care to wait. I really want to get into the ring right now because I feel like the cage man is going to get in there right now.
You're getting there right now, and tomorrow's the weigh-in.
Yes. Tomorrow's the weigh-in. I'll probably get. I haven't seen my opponent yet. I'll probably my first time seeing him will probably be tomorrow. And yeah, it's gonna be showtime after that.
Showtime, so don't miss it. Say something, a shout out to your fans out here.
Oh yes. Big shout out to Team Carrington and all of my future fans and viewers that are going to be tuning in, watching this fight. You guys can tune in. If you're not going to be in attendance on ESPN Plus, I'll be the main event for that. And you guys can follow my Instagram, _Carrington. My Twitter is _Carrington1, and my documentary. You guys check that out. Brownsville Born on BrownsvilleBorn.com.
Thank you. Good luck tomorrow. Hey, and then you can eat.
Yeah, no, I can eat.
That's the best part, right?
That's the best part.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
What's up, champ?
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, man.
No doubt,
Steven.
no doubt.
Yeah, appreciate it. KO Artist Sports right here with Bruce Shushu Carrington.
Yes, sir.
Man, here at Madison Square Garden. Grew up in Brownsville. Obviously, you heard about the Garden, I'm sure, all your life, especially being in boxing. What's it like, man? You're in your hometown and about to put on the show on Saturday.
Well, it's amazing. I was blessed to have the opportunity to fight here in my last fight, and being that I'm back here again, back to back, it says a lot. It makes me feel special, makes me feel valued, and I can't wait to put on another show for you guys this Saturday.
And coming off your last performance, what improvements did you feel you needed to make from that fight to where you're going to be on Saturday?
Well, I noticed in the early rounds, when I hurt the guy pretty early, I noticed that I was trying to go for the knockout instead of just letting it come to me. That's kind of why I believe the knockout came later in the fight. But blessing in the it's a blessing in disguise because I feel like you guys were able to see more of my style and see more what I bring to the table and get more of an in-depth look of the type of fighter that I am. So I'm kind of happy that I did that, but definitely gonna take my time and just focus on winning the fight and beating the guy down other than just looking for the knockout.
Talk about that main event, man. Unification at 175, big punchers. There's no way I think we see the final bell in that one.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. Like both of these guys are like they have nukes in both of their hands, not even just bombs, nukes. And it's going to be a firefight. I honestly feel like it might be a late stoppage because both of them guys, they're more so just beat you down type of a guy. They're not like, I wouldn't say Joe Smith. Joe Smith has a one punch. I've seen Artur Beterbiev has a one punch as well too, but it's more so later rounds with these guys just because of their mentality. They're not going to just sit down and go down for nobody. So it's definitely going to be a sight to see.
I believe you're close to the Crawford camp.
Yeah.
Correct. Did you spar Crawford at all?
Nah, I never sparred Crawford, but I've sparred like Keyshawn Davis. I've sparred him plenty of times when we were together on the USA team and the amateurs and stuff like that. But Bud, he's like a big bro to me. I know Bo Mack and all them guys. Like, all them guys. I'm very familiar with them.
I gotta get your take, man. Hopefully we get the fight right. Hopefully it seems like it's happening. With Earl Spence and
I know you.
and Crawford.
Yeah,
you know where I'm going.
Yeah.
What aspect of each of their games does the other one have to pay most attention to?
I feel like Errol, he would have to attack early because everybody knows that Terence Crawford, he's more vulnerable in the early rounds before he gets to, adapt to you. I feel like if Errol can dictate and lock in a few rounds or even possibly hurt him in the early rounds before Terence Crawford can adapt to him, he'll definitely, help himself out in winning the fight. Maybe even, getting a possible stoppage, who knows? Because you know how Errol Spence kind of likes to put his punches together towards that later in the rounds. But Terence Crawford, one thing that he has to do, I feel like once he adapts, is just keeping him at bay and boxing, using his long arms and even using his strength. Because Terence Crawford is strong. Like, I wrestle with him and stuff like that too, And he's much stronger than he looks. Like, his body is solid, like steel. Like, you touch him, his abs is like, his body's super solid. So I feel like that would definitely help him out in terms of the fight. And even when he turns to adapt to Errol Spence, he could even get a stoppage because, man, dude, when he gets to kill mode, I don't even know what his knockout streak is right now. Is it like 8 fight knockout streak? I don't know.
Something like that,
yeah. He's on a knockout streak right now.
Yeah.
But his mentality is like kill. So it's going to be a great fight. I wish that the fight happens later this year or if not next year. I just want the fight to happen. That's it. That's all I care about,
Right.
That's all I don't want these guys to get old and we have a Mayweather-Pacquiao type of situation, So, super fight and hope it happens.
Have you beaten Bud at anything? And then I know you guys play a lot of games in camp. Have you beat him at anything?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Me and Bud, we don't really be around each other that much for me to even be saying that we be competing on certain things. But meet me at the ping pong table, my boy.
Hey, there you
ping
go.
Pong table. Let's see what you got.
There it is. It's been thrown out there.
Yeah.
Bruce, appreciate your time, brother. Tell the fans where they can follow you.
You guys can follow me on Bruce_Carrington as my Instagram. My Twitter is B_Carrington1, and my documentary Brownsville Born. You guys can watch that on brownsvilleborn.com.
Brownsville never run, never will.
That's
right.
right. That's
yes,
right.
Sir. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, man.
Yes,
appreciate you. Best of luck on Saturday.
Most definitely.
Well, once it's down below 2.2,
I'm trying to get Joe back in. Hold on one second.
he's done plenty.
Okay.
Let's see how well he does at 140, and we'll make that assessment after his first fight.
Bob, I got a chance to talk to Tim Bradley, and he was telling me that Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, that's the mega fight down the line.
I agree. Anything, Shakur Stevenson has been a pleasure promoting him. He's a tremendous talent, as is Devin Haney. and Shakur's a tough out for anybody. I mean, the last guy, remember, who beat Shakur was in the amateurs, the Cuban who's fighting the semi-windup on this card. So, I mean, that's an unbelievable, big pay-per-view fight.
So speaking of Robeisy Ramirez, do you want to move his career a little bit faster? I guess now because he did pick up that first loss he did pick up the loss in his first fight, but he is a two-time gold medalist. Do you want to move his career a little bit faster now?
Yeah, I mean, the first fight he was very disappointed, the first professional fight. But the reason was that he was practically in hiding. The Cubans were searching for him all over the world. So obviously he was under an emotional stress. He didn't train. Now we're seeing the true Robeisy. He's in with a really tough guy in Nova, undefeated. Let's see what he does, and then ask me after that fight.
We just seen Josue Vargas comes in, and you know he had his second outing where the fight didn't go his way. What's the status? Will we see him return back and fight in your promotion, or
well,
what's the deal with
let's just see. You know, after taking, and the referee just let that fight go too long, and you know, I mean, we got to assess him physically, see if it makes any sense for him to continue. You know, I don't want to prejudice it by talking about it. Let's see what happens.
Do you believe that the knockout loss to Zepeda?
So they intro him, he starts bleeding, and panic.
Any way of getting
Not right now. I don't even motherfucker left. I can't. You want me to stop a 200-pound Chechen? Good try.
It's Canadian now. Should be a little easier. He's kind.
He's a good.
We're very fortunate to have signed him. I don't, not necessarily, because we do fights all over the country, all over the world. I want him back at the first available opportunity, and so it may not be in the card, maybe someplace else.